Okay, step number 5. There's my hand. Step number
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Today we're going to talk about the whole body-mind connection. Have you ever had a really bad paper cut when you were already having a miserable day and it shouldn't have hurt that bad, but it did?
Yes. Or like when you stub your toe and it just didn't even hurt that bad, but you end up just sobbing because you're just done. You're emotionally drained. You can't do one more thing that day.
Yeah, there's a very strong connection between the physical, the mental, and the emotional pain. Sometimes it's not the physical that yells the loudest, it's your mind.
It is.
All right, so today I want to talk about 3 very important things.
Yeah, so first, it's how the emotional and mental pain can just become crippling when you introduce physical pain into it.
And why this is happening, what's happening neurologically as well as psychologically.
And 3, most important, how do we deal with it? What do we do? How do we heal? How do we do these things? And not only heal our physical pain, but our mental pain, our emotional pain.
Amen. The mind has the power to create and intensify pain. Let me give you an example about two gentlemen who have an ankle sprain. The scenario is you have a freshman in high school and he's playing football. It's the last game of the season. He's in the end zone and that Hail Mary pass is being thrown. If he catches the ball, he wins the game and he is the hero. Unfortunately, he tripped, missed the ball. He's got a sprained ankle, 2nd-degree sprained ankle. Imagine the scenario of a senior. Now, it's his last game. He's got a girlfriend in the stand. This is the last game. He's in that end zone. That Hail Mary pass is thrown. He trips and misses. He also has a 2nd-degree sprain. Guess who's going to be in more pain? The senior. There was some mental and emotional components that intensified the pain.
That makes sense.
The freshman had nothing to lose. He'll heal quickly. That senior, not only will it hurt more, it'll probably take longer to heal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And psychologically, he might feel like, I failed.
Right. He let everybody down.
Right. And you never know how the mind works. He could never have then that ability again to have that same game. It's done.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we know too now that pain isn't just your body trying to signal your brain. It's actually this conversation that's happening. And that conversation is based on several different things. One of the things might be your past. It might be your beliefs around pain. It also just might be just the emotional state you're currently in or you were in when the incident happened.
Yeah. As it turns out, even if you have emotional pain, it is registered in the same part of your brain as physical pain. They did a study where somebody had just had a bad breakup and they put him in an MRI and looked at where it would light up in his brain. And they said, oh, okay, this is the area, right? And then they took somebody and they picked him and they picked and jabbed on him. And you know what? It lit up the same part of his brain.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Pain
is pain, but the brain is a negotiator, right? And which pain is real? They're both real.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first step on our journey to finally releasing ourselves from pain, not just physical, but mental and emotional, is acknowledging the whole pain, all of it. Because we get so stuck on, oh my gosh, like, I just have a cough that's happening, but maybe it's like a whole bunch of pneumonia, like it's all the way down in the lungs and there's a whole other issue happening. Like we don't just want the surface here. We want to know like not just what's hurting my body, but what hurts in my body. What else is hurting in me, right? Like where else am I feeling pain?
Sure. Absolutely. Well, and the second step is more about mindfulness. Okay, because it'll give you the ability to observe it without being in it.
Yeah.
When you get consumed with the emotion, then it's hard to really rationalize, and you're consumed with the pain, and then that also activates a lot of your other nervous system of fight and flight. Ah,
Right.
and all you can do is scream in pain.
Right.
Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional.
Good wisdom.
Yeah.
So, our third step in trying to help us heal all the way from pain is movement. Movement and exercise are so important. The mind body connection is a two-way door. Sometimes you work through the mindfulness part. Well, it's an and, right? You work through mindfulness and you also work through the body. You're moving, you're releasing tension, you're stretching as you do different exercises. Like a lot of times emotional things come up and your body's able to actually physically release some of those emotions and those things that are happening. Yoga, chiropractic, physical therapy, somatic release, like all kinds of. I've been on too many, like massage therapy. I've been on the table too many times with too many practitioners, including this lady.
Hey.
She touches something or moves something, and it's just this flood of, I don't even know why I'm crying, but now I'm crying.
The body holds a memory. It's that ankle sprain hold that memory. So sometimes when you release it through physicality, you're releasing both pains.
Yeah. Yeah, it's powerful.
Yeah. Good deal. Okay. So actually the fourth step is about connecting. Okay.
Okay.
Having the community. The fact of the matter is, they did studies on these people and they lived over 100 years. And it wasn't even so much the diet.
Yeah.
You know what it was? Community. They were all very much involved with the other people.
Yeah.
That connecting does everything. It's good for the soul.
Yeah. It's healing.
We're social beings, and we get to support each other and feel better. Loneliness is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
They say that a lot of people during COVID died because they were lonely.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
And it's true. I mean, all these people in the nursing homes, they had physical, mental, and emotional pain. So connect.
Get your friends and family. Step number 5. Here we go. Sometimes you have to pull in the professionals. And that's okay. There is no shame in seeking out professional help. There's some really good therapists who walk people through the ups and downs of life, and there's zero shame in pulling in people to help you and to support you in that walk.
Yeah. My dad would say you take your shoes to the shoemaker because that's what he does. Well, let me leave you with one last note, and that is the emotion is real. Sometimes you think, oh, let me tough it out. I don't want to. But you know what? If you deal with the emotion, that'll help to deal with the physical. It'll soften it. It is just as important to take care of the mental and the emotional, since it is so interconnected to your physical.
Yeah.
Take care of all of you.
Yeah. Yep. And then next time something hurts or you're in pain, instead of asking, oh my gosh, what's hurting right now in my body? You ask, what else or where else am I feeling pain? What else is hurting? Because you deserve all the time and love and energy that you can give yourself. You deserve that.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.